Hello and welcome back to Crystal Harbor, where this time I will be building a park larger than the entire city. It will be covering this entire mountain range over here, and it will have lakes, trees, camping, probably some other buildings in there as well, a lot of paths and other hiking options. If you go to the elevation profile, you can see that there is a few really good spots to make natural lakes. Like for instance, there is one over here. I just have to close this a little bit on the left. There's one up here. It could be a nice three-pronged one with some camping options on the sides. And I might also make a few smaller ones, like one over here for instance. We'll be covering the whole area in paths leading all throughout the nature reserve with a bunch of lookout points all around the place, and of course at the highest peak over here, which will have a perfect look of the city. Let's just start off with some terraforming to make the lakes first of all. Now to place the water I will be using this modded tool just by placing a water source, because I believe that these lakes are just way too big to fill them with these water outlets. So let's place the water sources where the lakes will be. So that should be all the water sources. Let's hit play and see if they work. If something gets flooded, then I might have to load the backup.
We can leave this dirty world behind, eternal life.
Now the water will probably still need some time to settle, but we can already see the basic shape of these lakes. As you can see, the water still has some currents in it from the water sources, but it should calm down eventually. So let's start laying out some paths.
Ever gonna die? I'm just gonna fantasize forever, forever in a day.
So I've just added one path, and the water is already calmed down. Well, for the most part, there's still some currents over here, but they are not too noticeable. Just looks like some waves in a large lake, so I kind of like it actually. And I decided to just use the regular dirt path because it doesn't affect the terrain at all. I will still level it after, because I mean, you can't have a path like this on a 45-degree angle. But first I want to just make the path layout, and then afterwards I can make it level and add a lot of trees in this area, of course.
Fantasize forever in a day.
So I just tried out leveling out the path for a little bit here, and I would say this is pretty okay. I mean, if you compare it to this, which is just on a 45-degree angle basically, and this, which is basically straight, just a little bumpy, then it's absolutely fine. So now I will continue just laying out the paths, and afterwards I will do that to all of them.
just need. I just need. I just need. I just need. I just need one night where it just feels right. The stars are aligned. We do what we like. I just need one night where it just feels right. The stars are aligned. I just need one night. I just need.
So now the paths for this area have been placed. This park will of course expand to this side of the mountain range as well, but since there isn't a city here yet for people to use it, then I haven't built these paths yet. I only built them around this area where there's actually population. Now I have to level most of these paths for them to be, well, just not on a 45-degree angle like this. I'll probably miss a few, but I'll just do the main ones mostly. And now with the paths mostly flattened, let's add a bunch of trees, because I imagine this whole mountain range being really heavily forested. So now the whole area has been forested and it already looks way nicer, but of course we also have to add a lot of details. I think I'll just start by adding a lot of rocks, and then I will add all the props.
Dig a hole to heaven, straight up to heaven. We can leave this dirty world behind, eternal life shining in our eyes. All of our problems, we'll never have to solve them. Everything in perfect harmony, we manifest exactly what we think. But I'm not ever gonna die, I'm just gonna fantasize forever, forever and a day.
So I absolutely hate the way the default glyphs look in this game, so I just detailed mine with a lot of rocks and I think it immediately looks way better. In this area they fade into these other type of rocks, these darker ones. This whiter face is just this side of the mountain over here. The rest of it is these darker ones. They also tried to add some more interesting rock formations along the way, like this and this little area with these rock formations. yeah, now it's time to add the assets themselves. Campfire sites, tents, lookout points, stuff like that.
Die. I'm just gonna fantasize forever. Forever in a day.
I just need one night where it just feels right. The stars are aligned. We do what we like. I just need one night where it just feels right. The stars are aligned. I just need one night. I just need one night where it just feels right. The stars are aligned. We do what we like. I just need one night where it just feels right. The stars are aligned. I just need one night. I just need.
Okay, so I have added a bunch of props all around the area. A bunch of lookout points, lookout towers, some camping sites, some hunting shacks, some fishing cabins, some other stuff as well. Got something in this area as well. And that makes this area basically done, I guess. Well, at least this corner of the park. The entire park will still be expanded quite a bit in the next episodes as I build along the side here. Because right now I just don't have anything to connect the paths up to. This has got to be one of the biggest natural parks in City Skylines. I mean, at least I haven't seen a bigger one. So yeah, that will be basically it for this episode. And see you in the next one.